Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And I just want to let you all know that you can check out the new spinoff of the State of the Saints podcast entitled the State of the Game podcast. Now, if you love sports, if you like NBA, if you like NFL, if you like MLB, then the State of the Game is the sports podcast for you. We cover all of the major news in the world of sports. So please subscribe to the State of the Game podcast YouTube channel. And just to give you a sneak peek of what you can be in store for, here's a little clip.
Let's go ahead and talk about the big game. Let's talk about Super Bowl 54. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. It is prediction time. It is time now to find out who is going to win Super Bowl 54, courtesy of TJ Jones on the State of the Game podcast. So without further ado, somebody hit that ESPN music for me real quick. Yes, sir. Now, Super Bowl 54, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm pretty sure that there's not anybody that is upset with this matchup. Now, of course, if you're a fan of a team and your team was in the playoffs and they didn't make it, New Orleans Saints, you're probably a little bit upset about this, but you cannot be upset because these are two of the best teams in the National Football League. Usually, you'll have a debate. Maybe if this play went this way in the playoffs, maybe if this play went that way in the playoffs, maybe my team would be in it. But there's very few people believe that these aren't two of the best teams in their respective conferences. You got the San Francisco 49ers, led by Jimmy Garoppolo, the quarterback that already got 2 Super Bowl titles, just sitting on the bench, chilling, drinking Gatorade, and watching Tom Brady do his thing. You also have Kyle Shanahan, his first head coaching job. A lot of people are saying that, well, the last time we seen Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, his team, the Atlanta Falcons, were giving up a 28-3 lead for a comeback win over the New England Patriots. But now he's a head coach. He's leading the 49ers. And then you have on the other side, you have Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, man, the upstart, the guy that people are saying is going to lead the NFL into the future. In the words of Doc Brown on Back to the Future. And you also have Andy Reid. You got Andy Reid, man. Andy Reid, who is a great coach in his own right, but he has not won the big game. So, who is going to win this football game? I'm saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win this football game. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a dog in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a dog in the fight at all. The only reason I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not picking with my head, I'm picking with my heart. Because I want to see Andy Reid win the big one. It would be a shame that Andy Reid has led so many great teams, all those Philadelphia Eagles teams, 5 straight NFC Championship game, 1 Super Bowl appearance, did not win it. Kansas City Chiefs leading them to the playoffs every single year. Last year in the AFC Championship game. This year, get over the hump to the Super Bowl. It would be a shame if Andy Reid does not win a Lombardi trophy. This guy has really been a really good coach, and that is the only thing that is separating him from being good and great, okay? He's a good coach right now. People consider him being a good coach because of all of his accolades. But to win the big one would put him in elite status. He will be mentioned among some of the head coaches that are in the NFL right now, like the John Harbaughs, like the Sean Paytons, like the Mike Tomlins, guys like that people are saying that are some of the best coaches. It's sad that nobody brings up Andy Reid because he has never won the big one. He finally has a team that can get him over the hump. He has the Kansas City Chiefs with a high-powered offense. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Travis Kelce, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Hartman, you got Watkins, you got weapons all over the field. And you also have a defense that can actually stop somebody. finally, the Kansas City Chiefs can actually stop somebody. They couldn't stop a nosebleed a couple years ago. They finally got it done. The San Francisco 49ers, to me, they've been running the football well. In the playoffs, that's all they've been doing. Against the Green Bay Packers, I mean, that was just an all-out slaughter. The Green Bay Packers looked as if they shouldn't even been there. It was like watching the University of Alabama go up against Coastal Carolina. That's what it looked like out there in that NFC Championship game. I mean, Jimmy G only threw the ball 8 times. That's it. 8 times. I mean, the running game was just taking over. Mostert had 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards rushing. I mean, this was just crazy, man. I mean, I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to blow these guys out, but I can see the Kansas City Chiefs putting up some points on them. Look, I've seen the San Francisco 49ers with teams putting points up on them. The New Orleans Saints put up 46 points on the San Francisco 49ers. Look, Andy Reid is a really good play caller. I think him and Sean Payton are probably 2 of the best play callers in the league. You can throw Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan in that thing. That is the reason why I think both teams will be able to score, because these 2 coaches are really good offensive minds. But I think that the Kansas City Chiefs, with the weapons that they have, I think that they can make the stop. I'm not buying this whole thing about Jimmy Garoppolo and not being able to make a play, because I watched Jimmy Garoppolo throw the ball all over the field against the New Orleans Saints. And I also seen when the game was on the line, when the chips were on the table, on 2 3rd and 16 plays, Jimmy Garoppolo converted on 3rd and 16 twice against the Los Angeles Rams in order to seal victory. Jimmy G can get it done. He can. It's just the fact that the offense in the running game has been just so outstanding, man. It has been so outstanding that he doesn't need to throw the ball. Because why would you want to throw the ball when you can run it all over the place? But the Kansas City Chiefs, there's just something about this team. There's just something about Patrick Mahomes. There's just something about those offensive weapons. I feel that they are going to get the job done. They cannot start this game like they've been starting the last couple games in the playoffs. If you start the game like that, you are going to lose. You're going to lose this game, Kansas City, but I think they are going to learn their lesson. They're going to understand that they cannot start slow. They're going to have to make sure that they start fast. That way, they don't have to worry about playing catch-up against a team that has a really good defense. I mean, on all levels. I mean, you look at the front 4 of the 49ers. I mean, you got Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, guys like that, linebackers. I mean, you got all of these really good linebackers on this team, like Warner and crew. You got the secondary, you got Richard Sherman, and you got those young guys, and he's shaping and molding them and telling them what plays are running. He's one of the smartest players on the field. So you do not want to start slow if you are the Kansas City Chiefs, and I don't feel like they're going to start slow. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Andy Reid is going to win his first Lombardi trophy as a head coach in the NFL, and I think we're going to have a really good game. I think that this score is going to be 34-27. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win, and they are going to be the champions of the National Football League on the 100th anniversary of the NFL. But that's my take. That's what I think about Super Bowl 54. I think it's going to be very, very exciting. Once again, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. I mean, it's a national holiday. It's one of those things where, you know, you bring out the barbecue grill, you bring out the hot wings, and, you know, you bring out the tortilla chips. You know why it is, man. And you hang out with friends and family, and you look at some of those commercials, and you critique the commercials, and you critique the concerts during the halftime shows. It's like nothing else, man. I mean, I feel like it is the greatest championship sporting event of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm a wrestling fan. I mean, I like WrestleMania and stuff like that. And I like the NBA Finals. And, I mean, all that spectacle and splendor and all that kind of stuff. But there's nothing touching the Super Bowl. But this has been a State of the Game podcast. Thank you very much for checking out the podcast. Once again, my name is TJ Jones, and please subscribe to the State of the Game podcast on youtube.com, search The State of the Game Podcast. Also on facebook.com, search State of the Game Podcast. Thank you all so much. This is the episode number 1, and there's going to be plenty more episodes down the line, so please continue to support the State of the Game Podcast as we grow and develop. Till next time, all I gotta say is game on.